Hey, what's up guys, Team291 here, and welcome to another one of my crazy weird videos. So today I'm discussing the topic of a top 20. Yes, top 20, not top 10. Here's the thing, I tried making this a top 10 video, and it ended up going up to 15. I found a couple of more, and it ended up going higher than that, and it just it eventually ended up at 20 by the time I was all done with the list, and it was like, oh crud, so can this still work with my idea for the video? And so hopefully it does. And so anyways, might as well go ahead and explain my topic. So I have a music list, and of course if anybody who uses my music list knows, I have a very diverse amount of music on there. So I just decided to shed some light on little-known music artists that I have on that music list that you can listen to right now. And hopefully, if all the editing goes well with this video, you should be able to hear some of the music in the background, and I will also be providing certain amounts of pause bits in certain songs just so that you can listen to some of the bizarre stuff or really cool moments in these songs, because trust me, they are worth it. So yeah, like I said, this is a top 20. I swear, it started as 10. Heck, no, it maybe even have started as a 5, now I think about it. But I wanted to make it a 10, it turned into a 20. So, yeah. Here are my top 20 musical artists that you probably never heard of. Coming in at number 20, we have Caution and Crisis. This is a bizarre music it's a bizarre amount of just your classical EDM remix. I believe it's a duo if I remember correctly. Although I'll probably have some sort of fact check later to see if it is a duo. If it's a single, I apologize. But whenever I hear Caution and Crisis together in a single phrase, I believe it's like, oh, it sounds like a duo. Anyways, what these guys do, and like I said, I'm going to be using the plurals because I believe this is a duo. If it's a single, I'm sorry, I messed up. So, yeah, what this dude does is, they take popular game tracks, and then they do their own remixes of it. So, for instance, if the editing goes right in the background, you should be hearing a remix of the song Cat from Minecraft. So, yeah, like I said, hopefully that goes well. Not much to really say about these guys. Main reason why they're all the way down in the number 20 is because they're only remix artists. Granted, they are really, really, really good, but it just takes a little bit of time at everybody's things. It's like anybody can basically do a remix, so I'm sorry, it's the truth. But so when it comes down to musical talent, remix artist is very hard and debatable to state. However, though, these guys do it well. So, definitely worth listening to if you're looking into some remixes of some of your favorite games. So, yeah, that's that. And on to the next person. So then, coming in at number 19, we have Gurkha Ali. For those of you who have never heard this name, Gurkha Ali is a parody master, and he is Asian. And all I can say is it is hilarity upon all manner of the word. I'm not sure which song I'm going to be putting in for this, because, and I don't even know if I'm going to have a song going, because many of his songs have actually been removed from YouTube because they were so offensive. Such songs are Go Cops, Ebola, Gingers, Obama Bin Laden. He's got some really weird tracks, to say the very least. He does parodies of pop culture music, and basically he's all around really funny, and he's definitely worth checking out. And so, and of course, all I can say is, if I'm bored on a day, Gurkha can make me laugh. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about Gurkha, and on to the next entry. So then, coming in at number 18, we have Triple. This guy's really fun, and I'm going to thank SimDogs on this because I would have never known about this guy if it weren't for SimDogs, so I thank him for that. I can't really say too much about Triple's style of music. All I can say is that it is an EDM of sorts. Defining what genre of EDM it is hard for me to do, but hey, at least it sounds good, and I know I can rave to it. So, thank you! The actual track I really haven't played in the background, I'm not sure off the top of my head what the name of the title is, but it's definitely going to be popping up, and unfortunately, well actually no, it is on my music list now that I think about it, but my next entry, or no, sorry, no, not my next entry, but there's another entry that I got inspired on here from SimDogs that I don't know what track I'm going to be using, and I don't have any on my list, so I'll be borrowing from his. Thank you. Okay, and on to the next entry. So next entry is number 17, and that would be 9 Lashes. This is a Christian rock band, so if you're like, oh, I don't like Christians, well, doesn't really matter. It's actually pretty, it's classified as Christian rock, but it's non-religious, the tracks that I've listened to are non-religious related, so that's pretty good. And of course, if you're a rockaholic, you'll really enjoy these their tracks and such. For instance, this one I have just playing in the back, if the editing goes well, is called Write It Down. Again, it's on my music list. It's a little bit higher up on there, but you can find it if you look. And it's a really fun and good track. And yeah, I enjoy a lot of their stuff, but granted, the only one I have on my list that was worthy enough for my list is the one I have playing in the background. Granted, if the editing goes well. And yeah, no, and from what I can tell, they're a really, really fun band, and they just like having fun, which a lot of rock bands do, surprisingly. But yeah, that's basically all I gotta say about 9 Lashes. But so other than that, all I can just say is on to the next entry. So then, down over on number 16, we have the other musical artist that I learned of from SimDogs, called Spac. Again, EDM, and he's a little bit easier to classify. He's mostly techno and house music, so he does a lot of those types of tracks, and if you're into those things, go ahead and listen to him. Really, really fun. And he's also got some of the wildest bass drops ever.
Trivia, by the way, he does Popular Illinois opening.
Yes, that is.
Subscribe to SimDogs.
And dang it, SimDogs, bombing in my video even though you're not in the shot. Thank you, have a nice day. And on to the next entry. So then, coming in at number 15 is somebody that you may know if you've come to my channel. However though, do you know his music? No, you don't. So, Close to the Sun is really, really, really fun, and he's an awesome guy, and I know him personally because he's been on this channel. Close to the Sun and RCT3's Epic, I have no idea why I stumbled over on that, and I'm sorry, are one and the same person. So if you go down over onto the YouTube channel of RCT3's Epic, you will find the Close to the Sun music tracks on there. I believe I have a couple of the stuff on my list. Not really on my music list, really more on my favorites list, but he's got some really fun tracks, and yeah, basically, he's a good friend. I believe that he deserves to be on this list. He has a mixture of, it's kind of hard to define him with EDM. I'm not sure which EDM type he does, however, I do know that he likes to mix a lot of stuff into it. Like, he literally has a track where he takes Rickroll and then messes it with so bad that you won't recognize it as Rickroll. No joke. But, yeah, having a lot of fun there, and don't mind that beeping in the background. And, yeah, no, so hopefully I'm able to get one of his tracks actually playing in the background when I get editing, because he has some good stuff. He really does. And he deserves the credit for it. Thank you. Have a nice day. And go after the others. So I have no idea what that was about.
I'm pretty sure that's gibberish for next century.
Your idea, and on to the next entry. So then, coming in on number, I did it again. Coming in number 14 is, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your guys' name here, but Temanite and Panda Eyes. Oh man, do I have so much fun with these guys. Really fun track, I mean seriously, just listen to this for a couple of seconds because it is so good. That's basically them. That's all I really gotta say, and other than that, just moving on to next entry. Coming in at number 13, MDK. As for the actual track, I am debating over two of them. One of them is titled, and I am so sorry I'm saying this because this is this legitimate title, Finger Bang. And the other one that I might put on this list is Jelly Castle. Whichever one though, I'm going to give you a short little sample just to hear how good it is. So that's what he does, and he's very fun. Go check him out. Next entry. Okay then, coming in at number 12 is Stephen Lynch. However, though it's spelled Stephen with a PH, but it is Stephen Lynch. Okay, this guy does religious music. Sort of. He is a singing comedian who takes things out of the Holy Bible and just messes with it to uttermost of heck. So this is the song titled Beals, but it's also known as the Satan song. It is glorious. Enough said. And here's a quick sample.
Romantic walks and killing the unborn. I've got little devil horns and a little goatee, little devil eyes to help a little devil see, and little cloven hooves make it kinda hard to ski. I'm Satan. Woohoo! Mephistopheles for some, I don't know. My real name is Beelzebub, but you can call me Beals. I love to watch Fox News and then go club some baby seals. Then I'll take a bubble bath and drink as infidel.
Yeah, that's a little bit of Satan song. Believe me, you're gonna want to listen more to Beals because that is really flipping funny. He also has another song called Craig. Unfortunately, the song is so inappropriate that I cannot put it on this list without doing a warning video first thing. So, on that note, next entry. Coming in at number 11, we have Monstercat. Now then, this is kind of cheating because Monstercat is really popular on YouTube, but I talked to many different people about Monstercat and nobody knows who the heck I'm talking about in the general public, and that's going to be happening with a lot of these actual things going onward. So, yeah, no, Monstercat, it's really fun. He does a lot of different tracks. He releases tons of them, but he's an EDM artist. He's really fun. I'm just going to give you a short little sample of the song playing in the background because it is so dang good. Monstercat, and I know I'm going to need to start speeding this up quickly, so let's get on with it to the next entry. So, bit of brief explanation here, as you can tell by the little card. Yeah, I had a problem. So, unfortunately, some of my footage ended up just getting very badly corrupted, and some of it was even missing. So, now I have to re-record this stuff. So, sorry for the inconvenience, and sorry for the inconsistency of the video. Yeah, so we'll just start back from where we were, and we'll be good. So, saying that, let's get to the next entry. So then, coming in at number 10, we have Two Steps from Hell. Basically, they just sound really freaking good. It's a fully orchestral, it's basically just a big fat orchestra. And they make these amazing, amazing songs and do all kinds of really crazy different stuff. So, definitely worth checking out. I'm just going to let this sound clip play out a little bit because it is really dang good. So, yeah, that's Two Steps from Hell. Go ahead and make sure to check them out. And, on that note, to the next entry. So then, coming in at number 9, we have Master Plan. This is a really interesting band, to say the very least. I'm still not sure which track I'm going to be grabbing for them. If the editing all taken care of right with this weirdo re-recording of things, and yeah, again, just quick little sound clip for you guys because this stuff you just cannot deny is amazing.
It's a place, a little town, where we used to play and laugh around. We went too far, reaching for that star, and the light moved away from me, but the spirit never died.
Like I said, really good. Definitely check out Master Plan and such because their tracks are good and you can't deny it. And with that note, to the next entry. Okay then, coming in at number 8, we have K391, or K391, depending on who you ask. This guy is interesting, and no, by random coincidence, he ended up having a similar number combination to mine. It's by pure coincidence. I found about this guy through another YouTuber who was on Second Life. I'm not saying which one though, but I will say that they are furry, so that might nail it down a little bit for you guys. But then again, there are plenty of Second Life furry YouTubers, so who knows. But basically, K is a really fun dude, and he has a lot of really interesting tracks, such as this one. So here's a small little sound clip from the song that I'll be having playing if the editing goes well. That is Sky City. So just listen to that real quick because it is really dang good. because we are on to the next entry. Coming in at number 7, we have Jeff Williams. And specifically, I look into Jeff Williams when he's working with Cassie Lee Williams. Now then, if this music sounds familiar, it is because if anybody who's watched Ruby, this is the guy who does the Ruby soundtrack. And he's a phenomenal guy, does these amazing, amazing pieces of work. And each one of them different and unique and sounding awesome. So yeah, of course, just slight little thing because you do not want to miss out on this. Yeah, that's Jeff Williams, and basically, please go give him your loving support because that guy is amazing. And moving on to the next entry. Number 6, we have Milian. Now then, this is a very little known artist, and I only know of her thanks to an thanks to a game basically on the App Store known as Demo. And Demo is one of those weird touch piano play games, although it plays a little bit differently than your other ones, has a lot of weird stuff. It also has techno and other things thrown into it, so it's definitely a game worth checking out. But they have a lot of tracks by Milian on there, and so I'm not sure which one I'm going to throw up in the editing because they're all really good, but whichever one it is, just please give this a quick listen because she is a phenomenal performer.
Disorientation.
So that's Milian, and basically that's all I got to say about her, and I'm moving on to the next entry. Okay, then here we are, the big 5, and people that you want to know about and learn about because they got some really cool stuff. Number 5 is Little Deuce. Now then, again, this is one of those things where it's like, okay, he's popular sort of on YouTube. You may have heard his name before somewhere, but what does Little Deuce do? Well, if anyone has watched the ASDF movies, then they know about Little Deuce. And he does an amazing guy. So in other words, if you know about Tombstone or Slamacow, then you know about Little Deuce and some of the stuff that he does because they're just phenomenal. Some of them are funny. He's basically a really cool guy, and he's apparently really easily approachable if you want to go do stuff with him. If you're around in his area, or if you want him to do music for you or something like that, because he's always looking for stuff. So definitely, please go give him your support. I mean, like, literally, it's just Little Deuce. He's so freaking good. Here's just a little sound clip of the song we're going to be throwing on here, because why not? That's a Little Deuce, and moving on to the next entry. So yeah, here we are at number 4. And I can't believe that this name is coming out of my mouth. The Living Tombstone. Again, like Little Deuce, he is known by some, but not known by all. He makes some really phenomenal music. He recently got popular because of his work on the FNAF games. In fact, he's the guy that created the original FNAF song. he's the one that started up that trend. And he had a lot of fun with it, from what I can tell. He's been getting kind of bored with doing FNF tracks because of the amount of the games and people expecting him to do it when it's not really what he normally mains on his thing. But some of his songs are silly, some of them are cool, some of them are odd. But yeah, whichever one I throw in out of these tracks, I'll just play a little sound clip of so you can get a little bit of sense of what this guy's all about. So yeah, that's Living Tombstone, and on to the next entry. So then, number 3, we have Mando Pony. And yes, this guy's a brony. However, though, Mando is an interesting one. He also did do FNF tracks like the Living Tombstone. He doesn't really take too much up on his pony side, really. Mando goes along the lines of, if there's a game, I'll probably play the track for it. Again, he has so many good tracks, I have no idea what I'm going to throw on here. But, yeah, probably something from the FNF. While I would love to do his Star Fox track, it's kind of questionable and it doesn't really portray what he normally does. But yeah, he's a really, really good musical artist. I'm surprised that he doesn't have as much support as he deserves. I mean, the guy deserves to be on the radio. He literally deserves to be on the radio. So, yeah, just listen to this sound clip because it is so good.
Let's try to make it right. Don't wanna start a fight, and we're so sorry if we give you all a little fright. We're not so scary if you see us in the daylight. You'll be so happy just as long as you survive the night. Hey there, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Are you new in town? Don't think I've seen you before. It's great to see new faces around, and if you'd like it, I can give a tour of our enchanting wonderland, new and improved without the doors. There's no escape, but then who would wanna leave? It's a fantastical paradise, and it's not make-believe. I'm so glad to have another member of the band. You're one of us now, so let me take you by the hand. But what is that I spy with my robotic eye? I think I see a bit of flesh inside the net.
So yeah, that's Mando Pony. And basically another thing to say about this guy is, well, he is technically a Sonic fan, although he has never done a Sonic song. So, hey Mando, if you watch this, do a Sonic track. And with on that, on to the next entry.
教えてよ教えてよその仕組みを
Number 2, DJ Joe. This guy has been so inspirational to me, it's crazy. I mean, he does all this really crazy stuff. He's a piano player, and he is a dubstep artist. Basically to say, he does all kinds of different genres of EDM. Dubstep pops up a lot, but as well as some other things such as electro, house music, and other things. And he is famous for doing his own EDM mixes of anime, and then throwing out the normal vocals of the anime and replacing them with Vocaloids. They sound really amazing and they sound really good. He also technically has done music under The Legend of Zelda. Each and every time Zelda Month rolls around, he does that. And yeah, speaking of Zelda Month, I'm actually going to be having a little thing to talk about during the end credit. So if you want to hear about that, well, just try to make it to the end credit then. But So, along those lines, let's head down over to the honorable mentions. Alright, so the honorable mention for today, we have a band that I literally learned about yesterday, right before I was recording, and so far I'm still experimenting with their music, so I have no idea where they would fit on this list in the first place. I'm like, well, most people do honorable mentions, so I might as well fit them there. So this is a band called Days and Days, and to clarify, that is the plural of day, and then the word days, and that's how you put it in. So it's Days and Days. But it's hard to explain what they really do. I mean, I guess you can define it as folk rock. I guess that's how you would put it. And I thank one of my fellow students for introducing me to these guys because they're really funny. So this is their song Goodbye Lulu. And, well, just listen to how ridiculous these guys can get.
It's a fifth rum for breakfast and you're shooting up at lunch. All cupped up in a Walmart screaming, I don't give a fuck! Your dog is fucking starving but you spend a bill on booze. Your parents bought you Nikes, you prefer some tattered boots. Goodbye Lulu, won't be seeing you again. Stole your packing books and bibs and left you on the tracks. Goodbye Lulu, won't be seeing you again. You left home on a freight train, you ain't never going back.
So yeah, that's our honorable mention, Days and Days. And going forward here, let's move on to the number 1 slot. So then, coming in at number 1, we have Sorel, spelled under S3RL, all caps, no spaces. This guy is interesting, and he basically is able to compile tons of all the other EDM artists on this list, and does phenomenal work. He does fully original work. He works entirely with either a Vocaloid program like Sonicia, which he does use primarily, that or female vocalists, and a couple of male ones as well, depending on which track you use. It's kind of hard stuff to say. Apparently he's easily approachable. He goes all over the United States. He's a really, really fun guy, and all of his work are original works. So that's really cool that the guy takes time not to remix or sample anything, really, because he does everything original. The only time he will ever sample something is if he's going into a big, fat mix of all of his tracks, in which case then he'll sample things from popular media of the time of the mix being put in. So yeah, he does some really, really fun, crazy, cool stuff, and some of his songs have ironic twists, such as this one I have you listening to right now. Granted, if the editing goes good. So yeah, here we go. Just listen to this little sample from Nightcore This. That's Sorel, and that's basically my list. So I thank you for making it to the end, and I applaud you for making it to the end, because this is probably going to be one of the longest top whatever lists I'm going to be able to make. I mean, like, come on. It's not every day you do a top 20, and then you have to edit in every single sample of music, and this was probably going to be the one that's going to require the most editing I've ever done. So, upon that note, let's take it down over to the end credit. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. What I want you to comment? Well, comment on what type of top 10 I should do next. And, yeah, that's basically all I really have to say going forward of just the normal stuff I want you to do on my channel. Okay, so slight little bit of announcements. So, yes, I will be participating in Zelda Month. And, it's something that was started up by Peanut Butter Gamer. It was later officialized by Nintendo, and so Nintendo releases all their new Legend of Zelda stuff in November. Granted, I'm not going to be able to do any of the new Legend of Zeldas because of financial stuff, and, I almost cursed there. But, yeah, so, financially, I'm got a little bit of bad stuff. Granted, I might record a little bit of stuff throughout the month of October for Halloween. Hopefully I get to, hopefully I get to. And if it does get around to wearing Halloween, I will do it in my Halloween costume. Because that will be a nut. Because that would just be awesome and fun. So, yeah, that's basically that there. And of course, just in other news, Kerber first started up a thing for October called a Voice October. And basically, he's going to have tons of projects coming out. So, of course, if you're a fan of Kerber, in other words, if you watch Comb, or maybe a couple of other stuff, go ahead and check out his stuff throughout October, because he's going to have a lot of cool stuff. As for the game theory live streams, I'm not going to be able to participate in them, and I'm sorry that I'm not going to be able to, because most people who watch my channel know that I do, and I apologize to you, MatPat, for not being able to watch these live streams because of my current schedule that I have. It's tiring and taxating. So I'm not going to be able to participate in those unless, of course, like on some day I get lucky if my school lets me out early. But yeah, my schedule is just kind of crazy on that. So, yeah. Once again, I thank you for watching. And until next time, this is Team Dude 91 signing out.